Okay, we are live. Welcome, everybody. I don't live stream much on my channel, but I thought I'd do this as an occasion, just to catch up with everybody, just to see how everybody's doing, and to also talk about Piranha 3D, which I watched this movie last night. And it has been a number of years since I've watched this movie, at least 2 to 3 years since I've last watched this movie. And this is a really dumb movie. Like, this is a really, really dumb movie. But it's self-aware. And it has fun with how ridiculous and over the top it is, and it doesn't try to be anything more than entertaining. Like, this is a movie that's specifically made to show the piranha carnage in this movie. And on that side of things, this movie delivers. This movie shines as far as all of the blood and gore. This movie is directed by Alexander Ajar. I think he also has producing credit on this. I don't know if he wrote the screenplay to this or not. But yeah, if you don't know Alexander Ajar, he has made some really violent movies in his career. He was in Held of the Hills Have Eyes remake, and what else did he do? He did High Tension, and both of those movies do not hold back, like as far as in the gore department. And Piranha 3D is no exception to that. This movie absolutely goes for it. It has a bloodbath of a final act. This movie has a really high body count of at least like both on screen and off screen, at least off screen probably over 200 people die in this film, because there's not many survivors by the end of this movie. But then I think on screen I think there's about maybe 80 people. I think around 80 people die on screen, and it's all of the kills are on screen, well, at least majority of them, and it is hyper violent. There is a lot of piranhas eating people, which is why we go to a movie called Piranha. Is we want to see how violent, we want to see the piranhas eating people, and this movie does not hold back on that by any means. This movie full on showcases it. That's one of the reasons for why this movie is so entertaining. And this is a type of movie that isn't so focused on plot or developing characters. This movie is made to entertain people, and it certainly does. But there are characters in it. We do have a main character, so I'll talk a little bit about the main characters, even though there's not much to them. There's not much development or characterization given to them. I'll talk about them. So as far as our main character goes, he's a massive douchebag. Like, no one's likable in this movie. Like, there's not a single character in this movie that you actually care for. Which, on one hand of things, is what you want from a movie called Piranha. You want to have unlikable characters. So when they get eaten by the piranhas, it's a very satisfying kill. But our main character though, at least have him have some likable elements about him. But when you meet him in this movie, he just comes off as a really unlikable character. Towards the end of the movie, the final half an hour, there are some redeeming qualities about him. But before that, Like he is the worst older brother ever because he leaves his younger brother and sister like at home, and from what I could see of their location, because you may be only at their home for like 3 minutes of the movie, he leaves them alone, and nobody knows that they are there except for him and like and the what is it and the mother. So if anything happened to them, he would be the one responsible. So if they like fell off the edge and fell into the water, or or tripped over, or something bad happened to them, nobody would know where they are. And so like just that decision alone defines him as our main character as being just completely unlikable and being like this completely heartless character. Like I can see why. I can see why he left them home alone. I can understand that because he wanted to go to this sex party, to the lake party. I understand that. And like him only being probably in his early 20s, like I can understand why he would want to go there and see, like and see naked chicks and see lots of titties and like and maybe get laid. Like I can understand that for sure. But when you have a family to look after, when you have a younger brother and sister that like they could possibly, if you're away for like 4 or 5 hours, which this guy, which the older brother like is out for like a number of hours, he like and something happened to them, you would have no idea. You would have no idea where they are, and just that decision alone, it really annoys me because like family always comes first. But but anyways, like putting that aside, and there are some redeeming qualities about him towards the end where he's rescuing probably like what he's rescuing one of the girls that he really likes, and he's putting himself at danger to save someone else. Like what he did at the end, I thought gave some likability to his character. But as far as like an overall character, like he's not really likable. There's not much characterization given to him. Like to me, he just came off as a real douchebag. Like he is likable compared to some of the other side characters in the movie, but yeah, just I was not a fan. I was not a fan of our main character. Um, this movie also has a shit ton of nudity. If you want gore and titties in your horror movie, this movie has you sorted because this movie has you sorted because there is a lot of it goes the Michael Bay approach where it showcases like a lot of women's bodies. And this movie, there's a lot of nudity. So yeah, if you like nudity in your horror movies, well, yeah, this movie has got you covered. Which to me, that added to the enjoyment of this movie. Is actually having nudity in a horror movie like period is always a bonus. And this movie, I thought did a really good job at establishing showcasing both gore and nudity, and they're two things that are prevalent all throughout this movie. So yeah, there you go. What else is there to talk about? This movie it has a very quick setup, like 20 minutes. No, 20 minutes into this movie, you have already a pretty high body count of like maybe 8 to 10 people, dead already. And because we have the actor from Jaws, who's in the beginning of this movie, which I thought that was a really cool little cameo to see him, and he's even wearing the exact same clothing as what his character wore in Jaws. So I thought that was a really cool homage to Jaws. So I really like that. And then there was a guy who did a backflip into the water. I'm pretty sure there were some other people as well who died in the first 20 minutes, but it has a very quick setup. Like 20 minutes in, you are already into the piranha carnage. You're already seeing what you want out of a movie called or titled Piranha. So yeah, that's so that's always a good sign. It has a great soundtrack. Like the soundtrack to this movie, I thought really added to the atmosphere of this lake party, and I think it really added like a layer of fun, like to the direction and to the story of this movie, and this movie has a lot of extras, and too many to actually count, but it has there's quite a lot of extras in this movie, and I thought I thought everybody did a good job as playing characters who get killed by piranhas, and that's literally their character. Like I'm wondering how that was written into the script. A girl or guy who gets killed by piranha. Like that's literally what the character has to be titled in the script of this movie, is a guy who gets killed by piranha, or or girl gets killed by piranha. Like that has to be it. And yeah, like I thought this movie had a really entertaining actually, kick-ass like third act. Like there is a shit ton of carnage. There is a lot of dead bodies. There's a big body count. There's a lot of there's a lot of gore, and all of the prosthetics and all of the practical gore, because Alexander Aja, he mainly likes to do practical gore. Like there is some CGI gore in here. Eli Roth makes a cameo. He's one of my favorite directors. I know that's a very controversial conversation. It's saying like Eli Roth is my favorite director, but we're all free to opinion, and that's my opinion. That's my taste. I love Cabin Fever. I love the Hostel movies. I love I love his producing work as well. I like Haunt. What else did he? What else did he do? Let's see. Oh yeah, actually, I did not know he actually co-produced the Baywatch movie. So yeah, that was actually surprising to know that he actually had his hands in a Baywatch movie. So, but yeah, this. He has a cameo in this as a guy who gets killed by a boat, and his death, like when he gets decapitated, his his death is definitely CGI. Like you can tell, like the CGI looks really bad. But Eli Roth, I didn't think he was a bad actor. Like I think the guy can act as well as direct, because he played the bear Jew in Inglourious Bastards. He played the bear Jew in Inglourious Bastards, as well as the party coordinator in Piranha 3D. And I think the guy can act, and he's not in this movie a whole lot. He's maybe in it for a maximum of 2 to 3 minutes. And yeah, I think he is really entertaining to watch in this movie. So yeah, they're my thoughts on Piranha 3D. If you haven't seen Piranha 3D, let me know down in the comments, what do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you think it was Mel? Do you really not like it? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. So anyways, guys, hope you have a good rest of your day, evening or night, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.